Customers are a huge part of your business. So let's keep in mind that maintaining customer records within this digital interface is a huge benefit. So let's dive in and see these activities. So let's go to Activities, we'll go to Customer Activities, and maintain customer records just as an initial thing to look at. Okay, so now you see a couple of these people that we actually created within the delivery portion of the software. So we've got all of these different customers in there, and really they're all maintained by the phone number. That's kind of the pivot point within the software, is everything's going to be done by a telephone number. So you see one of the main benefits here is you actually can do mail merges and things like that. But the other thing that's really great, you can have individual delivery and compensation charges. And I've said that a couple different times, but you definitely can have that available within the software. If they're a very important person, you can actually have a different status here. If they are a VIP, you can assign 1, 2, or 3. And then any specific notes, and you definitely want to remember to timestamp those notes by pressing this right here. What's really great about customer loyalty programs is the fact that the customer can come in and just hand you an identification card, and you can actually process their order with their specific needs in mind. And the great thing about it is there's other incentives that you can apply as well. So we're going to cover those things. But one of the great tracking features is the fact that you can just use a very quick card and swipe it under their account. It's just like this. Just like a gift card, anything else, and you apply that MSR card swipe right to the customer. And you can also give them an account code as well to access the system or access specific incentives as well within the system. And the other thing is that's great. You can choose their anniversary month, and let's just say that it's in April. Okay? So that is just maintaining customer records, and you can see it's a very simple, very user-friendly screen. Sometimes customers are going to pay for items or pay for food at another date or at a later date. And so you can actually keep a little tab going, or you can actually maintain an in-house charge account. That's a longer term portion of payment. So let's look at that and see how this is maintained within the system. So we're going to go to Activities, Customer Activities, Maintain In-House Charge Accounts. And you can see that we only have one here. But if we want to add new, we can definitely add another one. We have the customer phone number, put their name, their mailing address, postal code, that tax account number, even if it is a business, that is, like if it's a catering thing that you do for them, you can definitely put their tax account number in there, any driver's license, and definitely apply a credit limit to them, and it'll basically stop if you have applied that limit. Now, you don't have to do that, but it's definitely a good thing to do. The other thing is you can apply an MSR card to an in-house charge account, and it's a really great feature as well. So same card that we've been using. So you see that same serial number in there. Credit account status. By swiping that card, we just activated their account. And any notes, let's just say catering as the notes. So let's timestamp that as well. And we'll save it. And one last thing I'd like to just briefly mention, is that within customer records and in-house charge accounts, that you can actually create a customer address label like I was talking about, those mail merges. You just click there and you can see all those addresses there, and you can just basically do a mail merge very easily. The other thing I'd like to mention is this portion. With in-house charge accounts, you can actually do an automated statement right here. So now this gentleman doesn't have anything on account, or you could select all or select none, but you're actually going to see this report right here and say this is, and actually see what's on their account that needs to be paid. One of my favorite things about the software is the fact that there is a native frequent diner program that we can utilize. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create the parameters of the program, and then we're actually going to show you a couple of customers that we've already put in, and then we're going to go and put in a couple of orders to see how to qualify for the program and kind of see what the receipt's going to look and feel like, okay? So let's create the parameters. So we're going to go to Store Settings. We're going to go to Staff CRM, and you're going to see this button, Auto Create Frequent Diner Reward. So we're going to have that they need to spend $10. I don't really feel like for this instance, you can definitely do this for your business, but we're not going to do a track time begin or end, and we're not going to have an expiration just for this exercise. Now, the minimum checks count, they do need to come at least twice and pay for 2 different checks. And then the minimum checks total has to be $20. 10 times 2 equals 20. And then the credit amount that they get, we're going to give them $2 off their next visit. So you see that this entire thing is created, and we're done. Now let's go and let's look at the maintaining of the frequent diner accounts. So you see we have 3 people in here. And it's the same thing that we've been doing. You can press new and create a new account. But remember, everything is going to pivot around the customer's phone number. So let's take Jim Crimson, for example, and we can actually assign an MSR card to him if we would like. And we can also put his email in here for frequent diner. And you can also send mass emails out. That's just a side note, but you can definitely do that. All right? So let's be done with this. And let's go to the POS and actually ring in a few orders and actually see how this is going to work. All right, they've bought a couple appetizers. They're going to pay with cash. And you can see here that this frequent diner track button right here is what we need to press. And then we're going to put in the phone number. All right, and we're done. Now, remember, for the program, we actually have to have 2 orders, minimum $10 each, equaling a total of $20, okay? So let's ring in a second order. We'll do pastas this time. Let's just go ahead and settle that order. He'll pay with cash again, exact change. Frequent diner track. That's his phone number. Customer qualified for an automatic reward coupon. A customer credit voucher will be printed automatically for this customer. Great. Now, let's look at it real quick. Now, what the receipt is going to say is that it has no cash value, that it's the frequent diner credit, and that they get $2 off, and that it was auto-generated at this specific time for this specific customer. Really great program, and it can help you really market towards your customers to give you an added incentive to come to your business. Let's say that you need to comp someone's meal or an item or something like that, and you want to give them a credit. Let's show you how to do that. So in order to give them a credit, we're going to access the home screen. Now remember, everything pivots around the phone number, so we're going to put in a phone number, the credit type, do a complimentary gift, the amount, $10. The reason, didn't like food. Okay? We can have limitations or other expirations on there. That's just to your leisure. We'll go ahead and finish this credit. Now the customer can actually keep this receipt, and you can utilize this order number or this receipt number and process the credit that way. But again, everything is pivoting around the telephone number of the customer. So let's actually ring in an order and let the customer redeem their credit, okay? Go to Dine In, access the system, and we're actually going to do an entree. And let's apply that credit. It's on that front screen, so you have all these different ways of applying the credit. Let's just do the phone number. And you see they have multiple credits here, so let's do the $10 one. So you see right here, this is the invoice that's populated. You have the entree with the modifiers, and then you have the credit, which is $10. And we can settle the order, and you can see that $6.40 is all that is owed. We're going to pay cash. Go ahead and ring that in. Drawer pops. Receipt is accounted for, and we're done.